Hey guys, I know you guys are probably like, where the hell have you been? But I just bought a new car. I've been working my little butt off trying to save up to get a car, and I finally got it. So now I feel like I can take a break from working so much. That was just a milestone that I really wanted to do for myself, just because it just sucks not having a car. Like, I'm too old. I'm about to be 24. I came back with a back-to-back story time for you guys. And I really like debated doing the story time just because it's kind of like embarrassing like all around, but shit happens and shit loves to happen to me, so I figured probably happened so I could tell you all about it because it's literally ridiculous. So I'm gonna start off with the beginning of the story time, which was my Vegas trip. I went to Vegas with my friends. Some stuff went down that kind of like led into not really what happened after the fact, but like my my head trauma, I guess you could say, because your girl got knocked out. I didn't get knocked out from getting jumped. We'll get to me getting jumped, okay? I got knocked out just simply... Here, let's just get into the story, okay? We're going to Vegas, me and my friends, me and my best friend Richard. I love you, Richard. I know he's watching this. We drive up to Vegas. We're driving his car up there, and I think I had In-N-Out like way earlier in that day. And then we went on like a 5-hour road trip, give or take, and we got to Vegas probably around like 10 or 11 at night. So we just checked into our hotel room, and I was like, you know what, I want In-N-Out again because your girl was oh wait, actually rewind. Okay, so once we get into Vegas, of course we had to stop at their recreational, you know, facility right off the freeway. So we went to Reef, if y'all know what Reef is. We went there, and that stuff was getting expensive, so we just got like a little 6 for $60 whatever thing. And your girl, like, how do I put this? I don't smoke like I once could. Like, I don't function well. Like, I don't know how when I was younger I was able to do that all day and still function normally. I can't now. Like, I literally cannot function. And this was just really like hitting the nail, like, girl, you cannot do this and like be out in public type of thing. So I roll us up a blunt so we can walk to In-N-Out down the strip and, you know, just be chilling, walking to In-N-Out because your girl had the munchies. So we're walking, we're smoking, whatever, everything's fine. I'm pretty sure it's like legal there, like you can just walk and do it. I don't really know. No one said anything. So we were just doing that. We walked to In-N-Out, and of course there's like a big line out of In-N-Out. And I only wanted to eat In-N-Out twice in one day because I live in Texas and there isn't an In-N-Out anywhere near me, and I love In-N-Out. It is literally my heart and soul. So yes, I had In-N-Out twice in one day. So we're waiting in line, whatever, and I rolled a fatty. Like, it lasted us the entire walk. It lasted us in line. Like, I'm pretty sure we had to put it out before we actually went into the building. Like, that's how long it lasted. So it was probably like a 20-minute, you know, 20-minute bleeze. We get inside In-N-Out, and it's like fluorescent white lighting. And I go up to the counter and I order, you know, let me get a double cheeseburger, let me get some animal fries, and a pink lemonade. If y'all know, you know. So we get our number, we go and sit down. So I'm sitting down, and next thing I know, and I don't know if it's just me, like if I don't eat for like a long time, like, and it wasn't even that long, but like if I don't eat, apparently like my blood sugar gets so low that like I start getting shaky, like really shaky and really lightheaded. Like, that's pretty normal for me. So I constantly have to be like snacking or eating or doing something. And we're waiting for my food, and the next thing I know, like, I'm so hungry, you guys. Like, I'm starving, and I don't know if it's because I just smoked, but like my eyes, like the lighting started going like this, like flickering side to side. I literally felt like I got like roofied or drugged. I legitimately felt like somebody put something in my pink lemonade and I was tripping. Like, I was not drunk. I wasn't under the influence that I thought like would be making me feel like this. I was literally sitting there, and my best friend is sitting right next to me, and I kept telling him, I was like, I don't feel good. Like, I do not feel good. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like, I was telling him like, I just feel weird, like something's wrong. Next thing I know, my ears start ringing. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like my ears just started ringing and my vision started going like this, and I couldn't see and I couldn't really hear, and I just started like feeling woozy. And I told him, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So they call my number, of course, and he's like, okay, like let's just go get your food and you'll be fine. Like, do you just need to eat? You're like, you're just hungry. So I kid you not, I literally stood up, and this was me. I stood up to get my food like this, and I literally dropped to my knees, and boom. I literally stand up, take one step, drop to my knees. The next thing I know, like when I stood up, I just blacked out. Like I couldn't see, I could hear, but I couldn't see anything. I blacked out. As soon as I stood up, I felt myself drop, and I felt my head literally falling to the ground, and I heard the thump, like concrete. If you've ever been inside an In-N-Out, it's like concrete tile. I literally felt my head. I didn't feel it, but I could hear the, like, have you ever heard somebody's head hitting concrete? Like it's like a boom, like you can hear that shit. So I literally hear it, and it's just lights out. And I knew that I blacked out and I fainted because I didn't even try to catch myself. Like, you know, like if you fall forward, like you'll put your hands out or something. My hands were like out to my side. Like literally, I didn't catch myself. My head caught my fall. Like, thank God I fell to my knees first and then my head. But I tell you, like, next thing I know, I'm on the floor in the In-N-Out. And this In-N-Out is pretty busy. Like, we're in Vegas, okay? Like, they're used to, you know, people dabbing out, passing out, whatever. Like, I get carried out by like the In-N-Out security guards. They literally are like carrying me out. I'm wearing like a sweater dress. They literally like carry me outside, sit me down, and they call like all the other mall security or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and my friends are like, are you good? Are you good? Because like my head, like I didn't get like a goose egg. I got like an indent. Like my forehead was like indented. Like it looked like a donut on my head with like a hole in the middle. And my friends are like, are you good? And I'm like, yes, I'm good. Like, I was really just worried that they were gonna call an ambulance because your girl doesn't have insurance, and I am not about to pay those ambulance fees, okay? So I was just trying to like act straight, even though I was so delirious. I have never hit my head that hard like in my life. I've never like actually blacked out from like, or like I've never gotten knocked out. Like my head hitting that concrete like knocked me out, and I just woke up like sitting like by a fountain, like with all these security guards around me asking me what happened. So I'm trying to tell them like, I'm not messed up, I'm not drunk, like I'm literally, my blood sugar's just low. And then they're like, well, maybe you should eat something. I was like, really? Because I was literally in the In-N-Out trying to get food. Anyways, then this is what's scary. Some like random pedestrian, like thank God he was like, you know, trying to help. I guess he was a nurse or an EMT or something. He's like asking me all the concussion questions, like what day is today? And I kid you not, you guys, I did not know what day it was. I didn't know the day. I didn't know the date. I don't even think I knew the year. I tried like pulling up my phone and looking at like the date, and it was literally just like white. Like I still couldn't see. It was like you were like tripping balls. Like I could not see anything. I couldn't see the time. I couldn't see the date. And he's like, hey, don't look at your phone and try to see the date, because I'm like, I really don't know. Anyways, I was really freaked out because I just felt really like slow, like really dumb. Like I didn't know things that I should know, and it was scaring me. But I told them I was fine, and then they let me go on my way, whatever. It was literally the first night I was there. It kind of put a damper on the trip, but it was still fun, whatever. So yeah, so that happened. So I literally had like a thing on my head, and I definitely had a concussion. Like my head was just hurting. Like we finished our trip, everything was great. And then I fly back to Texas, and my coworkers, I had just started my job, and my coworkers, like these group of girls that they were already friends, but they like invited me to this girl's party that I work with. And I was like, okay, cool, so I'll go. You know, sometimes when you start working at like a restaurant, like you need to like go to these extracurricular activities to kind of like make friends at the place, you know? So I was thinking this is a great opportunity for me to make some friends, you know, make some memories with my coworkers. This was probably one of my, like, this was probably one of the most embarrassing things in my life. Not really embarrassing, just like humiliating. Like, I am almost 24. I know I used to like get in like little fights like back in the day when I was maybe like 18, 17, but I really haven't been in like a fight in a couple years, like at least. And I'm in a place, I'm in Texas, where I don't know anybody, so I really don't have any reason to have beef with anybody or to be fighting anybody or whatever the case may be. I just do not have a reason. I feel like if I'm gonna be fighting somebody, I need to have a reason to fight them. Like, they need to be cheating on me with my boyfriend or doing something of the sorts for me to like have that anger to fight somebody. Then again, if I've been drinking and somebody comes up and hits me, all hell's gonna break loose. So, show up at the party, you know, I bring some margaritas, they have tequila, we're taking shots, we're getting drunk. My best friend, she was there and she's matching with me and we're drinking, and she starts like getting too drunk. Basically, her boyfriend comes, like causes a whole thing. He's like, you shouldn't be drinking like that. Me and him get into like a whole like argument because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, she's fine, like I'm taking care of her. Like, he literally came in and acted like he was disgusted by her. He's like backing up, like get away from me type of thing. I was like, ew, do not act like that towards her. Like, what the hell? And I just worked with this guy, like we never really talked that much. Like, he was always really nice to me at work. He'd be like, oh hey Ashley, how are you? Like, just really fake, like, you know, those people that like go out of their way to say hi to you when they don't like you. It's just like, why even bother? Like, if somebody says hi to me, I'll say hi back just to be polite. But if I don't like somebody, I'm not gonna be like, oh hey, how are you? Like, no, I'm not. Like, if you want to say hi to me, I'll say hi back, but if I don't like you, I'm not gonna just go out of my way and say hi, like, how are you? All of a sudden, like, I thought me and this dude were cool. It was my friend's boyfriend. Like, I thought we were cool. All of a sudden, he just looks at me and he says, you know what? I effing hate you, Ashley. I was like, excuse me? Like, where did that come from? Like, it was the most, like, angry, like, it was awkward for everybody. It was just like what? He's one of those guys though, like, she's going through it and I can't really judge because like my last relationship, so she's kind of going through that, and he's just like a manipulator, narcissist, like treats her like shit. So she's kind of going through that thing, like on and off again type thing. I know that he knew that I knew his little game, and I knew that he was like, I just know his type of personality, and he knew that, and he knew that I was friends with her. So he still doesn't like us being friends. He doesn't like me being her friend. He doesn't want me, you know, trying to tell her her worth or tell her she's pretty. He doesn't like that shit. So he does not like me. He still tries to be nice and fake, but whatever. Like, I'm fine with fake people. Like, I know how to handle them. But anyways, that just kind of put like a bad taste in my mouth for that night. Like, I was really like, I was caught so off guard when he said that. I was so just like flabbergasted. Like, I was just like, wait, what? Like, where did that even come from? Like, but I really didn't pay it that much mind because I'm friends with my friend, not him. Like, I could really care less. Like, I didn't like him for her anyways. But that definitely put like, now we know where we both stand type of thing. So anyways, there's these girls at this party, and apparently they knew my boyfriend. And let me give you a briefing. Okay, so I'm wearing this top, this exact top. I'm wearing this black crop top. I'm wearing a jean mini skirt and some Converse. Thank God I was wearing Converse and not sandals. I was trying to look cute. I had my body on fleek. And let me just say that I stood out at this party like a sore thumb, okay? I stood out amongst all the bell bottoms, all the t-shirts. I have not been to a Texas party, like an outside importer, campfire party, whatever you want to call it. I have not been to a Texas party like this before, okay? I thought it was just going to be like a small coworker party thing. No. So I get there and I already look out of place, right? I mean, my hair, my outfit, like I don't look like I'm from Texas, okay? I do not. Like, I stick out. I know I do, like, especially out here. Come to find out, the girl whose party it was, who invited me, who I work with, she was drunk as hell too. She dabbed out. She was passed out upstairs. My friend at this point is like throwing up. People always forget this about me, because even though I drink like as much as my friends are that are dabbing out, I am still functioning. I rarely throw up. I rarely black out. Like, actually, no, okay, I take that back. I do black out sometimes, but I'm still functioning. Like, I don't dab out. I don't fall on the floor and like you have to carry me out of the party. I'm not throwing up. I'm still standing. I'm still talking. I'm still vibing. I'm still having fun. But I'm still equally as drunk as my other friends who are drinking as much as me, who we're matching shots with. Like, people honestly forget this. Like, oh, apparently I'm taking my friend to the bathroom because she's sick, and I'm telling her like, get it out, get it out. I guess when I'm leaving, I wear like satchel purses, like over the shoulder, but they're like the Michael Kors one where they're like bigger at the bottom, you know? But like they have like the long strap, like you could hold them like this or you could hold it like this. So I just have it over my shoulder, and I guess I'm walking out and my purse like hits one of these girls who like was already kind of like giving me like problems. Like, just, I could tell by their vibe that they did not like me there. Like, my friend who invited me was upstairs sleeping, but these girls were just like, they had their eyes on me. Like, from the get-go, they had their eyes on me, and I didn't have my friend who invited me. They were like her sisters and her sister's friends and stuff like that. So apparently my purse like hits one of them while I'm walking out, right? And I don't notice because like I'm drunk. Like, I'm probably like stumbling, like trying to walk straight, carrying my friend. And anyways, I go outside and my friend, like her boyfriend takes her or whatever, and I'm standing there, I'm talking to my other friend like by the drink table. Like, my back's turned towards the rest of the party, and I'm just looking at my friend, and I'm pretty sure I could feel them like all standing in a group over there and talking about me. And my back's turned towards them, and I tell my friend, I'm like, do these girls look like they're about to like do something right now? Because like I just have that feeling, like the way that they're looking at me, the way that they're talking over there, like I just have a feeling like some shit's gonna go down. Like, I'm not kidding. Like that type of thing. Like, I feel like something's about to pop off. Before I even have time to react, and I'm standing with like my little friend, like she's very like small and reserved and isn't like, she's not like me. Like my other friend who, you know, drank too much and her boyfriend was taking care of her, she said if she was here in this moment that she would have, you know, backed me up. But my calm, reserved friend, like she didn't want any beef. She didn't want to get her ass beat. So she really just like held my purse. And keep in mind, I'm at this party with all of my coworkers, like a bunch of guys that I work with, like girls that I work with. Like, obviously the girls don't like me. That's pretty much a given. Next thing I know, this girl literally comes up out of nowhere and is like talking to me like while I'm facing like this, and she's like, you're really gonna bump into somebody and not say sorry, and literally just punches me in the back of the head. Like, I'm talking and she just decks me right in the back of the head. So at this moment, all my coworkers are like, oh shit. And this is like one of my fatal flaws, because I don't know why it just sits wrong with me if somebody were to call me, you know, a wimp, or I just get punched in the back of the head and I don't do anything type of girl. So this attack just literally lit me on fire. I wouldn't say I'm a fighter, but let's just say after this incident, I was getting called Ronda Rousey at work. okay? Because I swear I turned around so quick, and I don't think I had nails at the time, and I just boom, like hard AF. I spun around so quick. I punched this girl in the face, hit her with the left, hit her with the right. Like I don't think they thought I was gonna fight back. And I'm by the drink station, like right by the stairs. And they said that I start like backing up the stairs, because now all 4 of her friends are coming up to me, right? So I'm fighting off like 5 girls, walking up to the stairs to their house. And apparently I'm like kicking them like on the stairs, like kicking them off the stairs. One of the girls flew off the side of the stairs. I'm punching them, I'm kicking them, I'm backing up. And then somehow I get inside the house, right? And I guess my friend at some point in all of this mess, like had my purse, had my jacket, had my phone. So I'm inside the house and I'm freaking out. I'm like, where's my phone? Like at this point my adrenaline's pumping and I'm just like, okay, where's my phone? Where's my stuff? Like whatever, right? So her cousins and stuff are in there and they're all like talking to me, like being like, okay, like you just need to go, you need to go. I was like, why do I need to go? She literally just came up and punched me in the back of the head. Like, why do I need to go? Like, they're trying to get me like to go out the front of the house to like not cause any like more problems. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, let me out front right now. Like, let me back out. Like, I'm not a little punk. I'm in front of all my coworkers. I'm not gonna like sneak out the front and like disappear. Like that's not my style. Like, I will fight. I don't care if it's 5 girls to 1. I will fight them all. Like, I'm not just gonna run out the front. Like, I don't have my phone. I don't have my purse. So I'm pretty sure I'm like pushing them away because they're like blocking the door. So I'm like pushing these guys away. I finally open up the door. I come walking out like, what's good? I don't know why. It's like some childhood trauma where like I'm used to people. Like, if I were to just walk out that front door, everybody at work would have called me a punk. Everybody would have said, you know, I'm a scared little bee and, you know, I can't hold my own, whatever the hell. I don't like people like saying stuff like that about me. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I just don't like that. So I'd rather go out there and I'd rather fight than to be called a wimp or somebody who taps out like that. So I literally walk out there. I'm like, where's my purse? Where's my shit? Like screaming at these girls. And next thing I know, I'm literally getting like, okay, this is the worst part. So I'm pretty sure I start walking towards the car and these girls are like running towards me. And like people are asking to take me home. Like my coworkers are like, I'll take you home, I'll take you home, I'll take you home. Like a select few. Like, don't think I forgot the other 20, 30 coworkers who didn't do shit and literally just stood there and watched and didn't do anything while I'm literally getting jumped by like 5 people. So apparently my friend, another friend I work with is trying to take me home, and then one of these girls comes up and punches her in the face. So like she's off like on the ground somewhere else, and I am like fighting with this girl Morgan, who for some reason like had it out for me. Like, these girls did not know how to fight. They were pulling hair. I was like, somehow we got onto the ground and I'm on top of this girl, and keep in mind I'm in a denim jean skirt, okay, with a thong on. So my entire ass is out. I'm in the gravel on my knees in the rocks, and I'm gaining on this girl because she's on the ground. So I'm trying to stay on top. So my knees are rubbing through the gravel. I'm wearing this top. So best believe it was a free show for everybody. My titties were out. I was literally exposed. My top was down to here. So thank God I have little boobs because my whole titties were out. I'm fighting this girl with my tits out, like with my tits out. Like, how embarrassing in front of all of my coworkers. While I'm on top of this girl, because keep in mind, I'm not just fighting one girl. I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 girls behind me, punching me in the back of the head, pulling my hair, trying to kick me in the face. And like, okay, so here's the thing. If you're getting jumped, You do not try to fight everybody that's trying to fight you. You don't just go around, you know, punching one person at a time. You single one person out, probably the ringleader, the one who's trying to get you jumped, who all of her friends are jumping in for. You single that girl out and you fight one person. One person cannot fight 5 people. You fight that one person and that's it. So that's what I did. I singled her out. Apparently, like, people were trying to break it up, but it just wasn't happening, right? So we're literally fighting to the death. Finally, somebody like pulls me off of her, like drags me through the dirt. They put me back in the car. My friend Santi from work puts me in his car and my friend Melissa gets in the car, right? They're all at my car door. Like, I'm a freaking celebrity and they are the paparazzi, like screaming, trying to get in. I don't even know what I did to these people. Like, she said that I bumped into her and I didn't say sorry. Like, you literally could have just been like, hey girl, like, watch where you're walking, you just bumped into me. Like, you could have still been mean, but to just come up and punch me, like, I'm the wrong one, right? So Santi puts me in his car and I'm sitting back there and I just hear them like chanting this girl's name. They're like, go Morgan, you beat her ass, fuck yeah. Like, just like chanting for her, right? So I'm sitting there and like my coworkers say that we were probably fighting for like 30-40 minutes. Like, non-stop. Like, we were just literally going and going and going and going and going. Like, once I get started like that, my adrenaline is so big. And like, let's not say that I didn't get pretty messed up, because like I did. Like, I had like 2 black eyes, my head was all bruised, I think my lip was busted up, my knees were busted up. Like, they got me pretty good. But apparently, while I was on the ground, one of her sisters like tried to like hit me with a bottle and missed, and hit one of her other sisters. So she had to go to the hospital for stitches, because she literally tried to hit me in the head with like a big ass bottle and missed and hit her sister. Santi puts me in the car and they're all chanting like, yeah, Morgan, you beat her ass. And for some reason, this triggered me. Like, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose this fight. That was clearly unfair. I'm sorry, I don't. So next thing I know, I open the car door, I stand up, it was like an SUV thing, I stand up on the seats, and I literally Superman out of the car, boobies out, Superman over like 2 guys, and just punch this girl in the head, like mid-air, like literally some Wonder Woman Superman shit. And while I was doing it, I literally in my head was like, I really hope somebody got this on camera, because this is dope. Like, as I was doing it, it was like some WWE. I flew over like 2 guys and knocked this girl in the head. Oh shit! So we start fighting again. It wasn't a long fight, because I think everybody was just done at this point. But they were like, oh shit. Like, they were not expecting me to do that. Nobody was expecting me to get out of that car once I was locked in there. Everybody said I was stupid for, you know, leaving the safety of the car to go like fight her some more. But I had to do what I had to do, and I really don't have any regrets. I didn't get that messed up. I held my own. I got tons of respect at work for holding my own and not punking out. I just feel like when people look at me, they don't think like that I would do that, you know? But the next day at work, I definitely saw like who was my friends and who wasn't. Like, there were people who were concerned about me, asking me if I'm okay. Like, that was crazy, like that was so messed up. And then there were those girls' friends whose party it was, and like me and her, like, we're still not even friends, because it's just weird. Like, she kind of felt bad for me because she was sleeping and like her entire family like jumped me while she was sleeping and she invited me there, but at the same time she was mad at me for fighting them back. And they were trying to say that I broke something over her head, but come to find out like a month later it was her own sister. So yeah, me and her still aren't really friends because it's just weird. We just don't talk to each other, we just don't mess with each other. Apparently these girls were trying to like find me and fight me again. I'm not really sure why. They tried saying that I jumped them, which if you see the videos, like it was just me and all of you guys, like, but apparently that just fizzled out. But the weird thing is what was really freaking me out is that like I'm not from here. I don't know these girls. I didn't go to high school with these girls. Like if I were to see them, I honestly wouldn't even know who they are until like I feel like they would know me before I would know them. So they definitely could, you know, sneak up, run up on me, but I'm really not that worried. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was pretty crazy. I don't think I'll be invited to any more work parties after that. So yeah, I guess it all worked out in a weird kind of way, but I definitely saw who was fake and who was real. You know, I remembered some of the people, like some of the guys that tried to break it up, but I'm telling you, when I say 95% of the people just stood by and watched, they did. So I definitely kept that in mind. But these are the same people that want to come up after and be like, oh my god, that was so cool, like you're like Ronda Rousey, like you were not putting up with that shit. And it's just kind of like, yeah, but I was still getting jumped and y'all didn't do anything type of thing. So whatever, at least the fake exposed themselves. I know now to not go to a party in a mini skirt or a tube top. And I remember when I was changing for her, I like had like a thought in my mind, like, you know when you get those split thoughts where it's like, maybe you shouldn't wear a skirt. What if something goes down and your knees are exposed? I definitely had that thought, but I was just like, no, it's fine, like it's just coworkers, like it'll be fun. From now on, I'm always listening to those little tiny voices, those little tiny split-second thoughts of like, hey, maybe this could possibly happen. I'm forever listening to those because I'm too old for this life. I'm not going to parties anymore. I'm not going to house parties. I'm not, like, if I'm going somewhere, there needs to be security. Because I'm not fighting randoms. I don't know you. We don't have beef. Like, there's no reason. Like, there really isn't. But I really didn't remember a lot of it because I was drunk. But apparently I held my own. I walked away with a couple scrapes and bruises. The next day at work though, I was trying to do the computers and like I just felt so slow. Like I definitely had a double concussion from Vegas and then getting my head knocked around, getting punched on all around my head, like maybe 3 days after me like falling on the ground in Vegas. So my head, I felt so slow. Like people would tell me something that they wanted and like I couldn't like put it on the computer. Like I just felt really like slow, like just very out of it. So I just rolled silverware that whole day, but it seems like now my brain is back to normal, thank god. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I know it is crazy, but shit happens. So make sure if you go out, you have a trusted homie that you know will back up. Otherwise you could wind up getting jumped like me, but hopefully you make it out alive. I really feel like if they would have broke that bottle over my head, I probably would have died, like with my concussion and everything. So it's just super scary. Make sure you have people that you trust around you at all times so stuff like that doesn't happen. I'm definitely carrying mace with me from now on at parties. I don't care. So thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next one.